Welcome back to Victoria Real Talk. I'm Catherine, and as always, I'm here with Mike. Today, we're tackling one of the most common dreams we hear from clients.
Waterfront living. We're out at Royal Bay, the beachland sign behind us. Beautiful Victoria in the distance, and then Baker just behind. It doesn't get much more beautiful than that. Everyone wants to wake up to ocean views, but what does it actually cost? And more importantly, what do you need to know before taking the plunge?
We're going to visit 3 different waterfront areas today, talk real numbers, and share some insights into living on or near the water.
So let's dive in.
Yeah. So Mike, first things first, not all waterfront is created equal. What are we actually talking about when we say waterfront in Victoria?
That's a great question. There are really 3 categories. First, you've got waterfront. That means your property directly touches the water. Then there's ocean view. You can see the water, but you're across a road or up a hill. And finally, ocean access. You're close enough to walk to the beach in a few minutes.
And the price difference between these categories is massive, right?
Absolutely. A true waterfront property, let's say in Oak Bay or in Cordova Bay, you're starting at $2 million and going up to $10 million plus. But an ocean view condo on Dallas Road, you might find something in the $600,000 to $1.2 million range.
Here's what surprises people. In Victoria, you're never more than 20 minutes from the ocean anyway. So you really need to ask yourself, am I paying for the view or am I paying for the lifestyle?
And there's a big difference. Let's explore what you actually get in the different areas. We're here in sunny Cordova Bay, and Catherine, this is probably the most family-friendly waterfront neighborhood in Greater Victoria.
It really is. You've got the sandy beaches, you've got Maddox Farm with shops and restaurants, and you're still close to schools and amenities. It doesn't feel isolated like some waterfront areas can.
And let's talk numbers. A true waterfront house in Cordova Bay, we're talking $2.5 to $6 million, depending on the size and condition. But here's the thing, these are often substantial family homes, 3,000 to 4,000 square feet.
And you're getting the beach access right from your property. No crossing roads. Your kids can literally walk out the back door to the beach.
Now here's what people don't always consider, maintenance. Waterfront properties face salt air, wind, and moisture. You're repainting more often, replacing windows sooner, and dealing with landscaping challenges.
So how much should people budget for that?
Well, you and I discussed that, and we figured add 30 to 40% to your regular maintenance budget. And if you've got a bulkhead or seawall, that's a major expense every 20 to 30 years. We're talking $100,000 to $300,000, depending on the length. And there may be potential permitting and environmental assessments needed.
Yeah, but for families that want that beach lifestyle, swimming in the summer, beach walks year-round, Cordova Bay delivers. You're also close to Mount Doug, the Maddox Farm community hub, and it's easy commute to downtown or the peninsula.
The perfect buyer here, active families who want space, don't mind a 20-minute commute, and are looking for a long-term home where the kids can grow up on the beach.
Yeah. We're now in Oak Bay, and Mike, this is what people picture when they think Victoria waterfront living.
Oak Bay is definitely the prestige waterfront option. You've got the uplands, Willows Beach, the marina. This is classic, established Victoria.
And the prices reflect that. We're seeing waterfront properties from $2 million to well over $10 million. In fact, some of the most expensive homes in Greater Victoria are on Beach Drive.
But here's what you're paying for. You're in one of the most walkable, amenity-rich neighborhoods in the region. The village is right there with shops and restaurants. You've got the Oak Bay Rec Center, 2 golf courses, and you're still only 15 minutes from downtown.
Now let's talk about different types of waterfront in Oak Bay, because there's a huge difference.
Sure, yeah. You've got the Beach Drive properties. These are your classic grand waterfront estates. Then there are townhomes near Willows Beach. These might start around 1.4 million with a 2-bedroom with ocean views.
And then there's uplands, which is technically waterfront access, but you're on larger lots with more privacy. These can range from 5 million to 10 million plus.
And here's an insider tip. If you want Oak Bay waterfront, but don't have 5 to 10 million, look at the condos along Beach Drive or near the marina. You get the location, the lifestyle, and ocean views for a fraction of the price.
So who's the ideal Oak Bay waterfront buyer?
Established professionals, retirees who want walkability and prestige, or anyone who values being part of an historic, tight-knit community. You're paying a premium, but you're getting Victoria's most desirable waterfront address. Our final stop is the West Shore, and Catherine, this is where you find Victoria's most affordable waterfront options. Not Hatley Castle, not for sale.
Exactly. Areas like Esquimalt, Sax Point, Colwood's Waterfront, and even parts of View Royal offer water access at prices that actually make more sense for the regular buyers.
Yeah, we're seeing townhomes and condos near the water starting at the high 400s to 700s, and waterfront houses, you might find something in the $1.2 to $2 million range. That's
literally half the price of Oak Bay or Cordova Bay. So what's the trade-off?
A commute time is a big one. If you work downtown, you're looking at 25 to 40 minutes depending on traffic. But if you work on the West Shore or don't commute daily, that's not an issue.
The West Shore waterfront is also different in character. Esquimalt Lagoon is calm, protected water, perfect for kayaking and paddleboarding. You're not getting the same ocean drama as Oak Bay's rocky shores.
That's true. But you know what? For young families or first-time waterfront buyers, this is where you can actually make it happen. You get the lifestyle without the $1 million premium.
And the West Shore is growing fast. New restaurants, better shopping, improved infrastructure. It's not the faraway place it used to be.
The ideal buyer here, someone who wants waterfront living but isn't willing to sacrifice their entire budget for it. Families who prioritize space and lifestyle over location prestige.
All right, Mike, we've talked about the dream. Now let's talk about the reality. What do people need to know before buying waterfront?
First, insurance. Waterfront properties can be harder to insure and premiums are higher. You need to factor that in.
Second, climate change and sea level rise. This is real, and it affects property values and insurability. Always ask about flood zones and erosion history.
Third, strata restrictions if you're buying a condo. Some buildings have rules about balcony use and, of course, short-term rentals. Read those bylaws carefully.
And fourth, resale. Waterfront properties are a smaller market. They take longer to sell, and you need to get the right buyer. It's not as liquid as standard family home in Saanich.
Here's my biggest piece of advice. Don't buy waterfront as an investment. Buy it because you want the lifestyle and plan to stay long-term.
Exactly. The premium you pay rarely translates into equivalent appreciation. You're paying for the view and the lifestyle, not the better returns.
That said, if you can afford it and it brings you joy, absolutely worth it. Waking up to ocean views, morning beach walks, the sound of waves, we all know what that's like. That's priceless for the right person.
So, waterfront living, dream or reality?
It can be both. The key is being realistic about what you can afford, understanding the true costs, and choosing the right type of waterfront for your lifestyle.
If you've got 3 to 5 million and you want prestige, Oak Bay is calling your name. If you're a family wanting beach access and space, Cordova Bay is perfect. And if you want waterfront living without breaking the bank, the West Shore is your answer.
And don't forget, ocean view or ocean access properties can give you 80% of the lifestyle at 50% of the cost.
Next week, we're tackling a topic everyone asks about, the renovation reality check. What actually adds value? And when should you just move instead?
Until then, I'm Michael.
And I'm Catherine. Thanks for watching Victoria Real Talk.
And hey, if you're seriously considering waterfront, give us a call. We've sold properties in every neighborhood that we visited today and can give you the real insider scoop.
See you next week.